la mission a commencé, on était tous un peu tendus, c'est normal. Mais on s'apprête à passer 10 jours en forêt. Là, c'est déjà la nuit, on ne voit plus rien. À 18h même, c'est plus visible. C'est très éprouvant, c'est très contraignant. Donc j'ai besoin de chacun de vous dans le meilleur de sa forme. Pour qu'on puisse rentrer sain et sauf à la maison, retrouver nos familles.
Global Conservation is undertaking a major park and wildlife protection program in Ja Rainforest Complex, Cameroon, and northern Gabon to protect the last African forest elephants and allow its elephant numbers to increase 30% in the next 5 years.
En ce moment-là, nous sommes on a planqué pour attendre les braconniers.
Come with us on this journey as we explore some of the world's most threatened ecosystems. We talk to the people being affected by these conservation battles, and we see the truth for ourselves.
On every continent across the globe, human activities are destroying the very resources we all need to survive. Earth is losing its last intact forests and key wildlife species at an ever-increasing rate not seen since the Ice Age. The accelerating deforestation of our planet is damaging the ability of our Earth's atmosphere to absorb the excessive carbon dioxide produced by mankind.
All of that scientific data.
Even as tens of thousands of scientists, governments, and the United Nations raise the alarm, we continue to cut, burn, and kill. As ecosystems collapse, temperatures rise, and species disappear, the importance of protecting our existing national parks becomes even more critical. National parks are our last bastions for intact forests, marine ecosystems, and wildlife habitats. Only by enforcing nature protection laws, prosecuting criminals illegally cutting and mining our forests, and stopping wildlife poachers and traffickers can we hope to reduce the irreversible impact of our destruction. Join us as we fight back against mankind's war on nature.
Come with us to discover how global conservation is helping to protect one of the last healthy corridors of land for forest elephants. We'll explore the threats, the areas of destruction, and the reasons for hope in this corner of the world. See for yourself why this is actually a war on nature. Until now, protection of elephants has not been a priority, and some would say it's almost too late. Global Conservation is investing in a 5-year global park defense program. Global Park Defense combines community protection, smart patrolling, trail cam surveillance, patrol operations support, intelligence, and arrest and prosecution support in a proven methodology to reduce wildlife crime and illegal activities within endangered national parks in developing countries. Our journey to find the last forest elephants begins in Cameroon. Cameroon has some of the last untouched forests in Africa, but poaching and logging have had a devastating impact on the local ecology.
Oliver, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you okay.
Oliver Fankum, our guide, works for Global Conservation to save the remaining elephants of Cameroon from poachers.
Where are we going next? You said somebody you spoke to had seen elephants in this area before?
So he told me that in the past, 20, 40, 50 years ago, their grandparents says elephant used to come there.
We've gone from 10,000 elephants in the Deja region down to probably less than 800 in the last 20, 30 years, so a huge decline from poaching. You have heavy logging going on in the forestry concessions around the park. So it's basically an industrial forest run by the government, and it's concessioned out to foreign companies, and they're taking out these huge trees. And so the forests are getting depleted quite quickly.
logging roads are also expanding further and further into the bush. This gives poachers greater access to deeper parts of the jungle and gives elephants fewer places to hide.
In the next 150 kilometers, where we start seeing the Bakas, the pygmies.
In those days when I was still young, that is 40 years ago, at that time I was still a young boy, I was seeing elephant anywhere that we are going to the forest. And today, all of that have disappeared. We are against poaching because a lot of poachers are coming outside of the village. They are coming from far and they are protected by the law. We cannot exercise our authority to do what we like because they told me that all around here belongs to the government.
Forest like this, it's government property. It's not owned by anybody, so it's called the crisis of the commons, which is just, it gets used up and it disappears.
We don't have the right to tell them not to do this because they are supported by government officials. I'm sure of what I'm saying. Even the conservation ministry are involved in this activity. The poachers are coming from the government, from government officials. They are the one killing the elephants.
You need to do indigenous territories, help the indigenous people protect their own lands. Those are all the ways that I know to save these green patches of our planet.
Avant, quand nous allions chasser, n'est-ce pas, pour l'éléphant, ils chassaient avec les lances. Il vient, tchou, il pique ici. Après, il laisse la lance. Je suis Baka. J'habite à Djoum. Pour la culture de Baka, avant, nos parents vivaient que dans la forêt. Maintenant, l'État nous a enlevés en forêt pour vivre en route. Oui, on n'a pas encore abandonné. C'est la culture là qui donne nos forces. Avant, le temps que la grande chasse a commencé à tuer les éléphants, on avait marre. Même les pangolins géants. Parce que si la chasse continuait, on devait tout perdre, on ne devait plus rien avoir maintenant.
We're going to Djoum, which is in the southern sector of Déjà, faunal reserve, and that's where the syndicates have been based. Those syndicates number probably between 400 or 500, mostly villagers that are hired. They're going in there, getting all the elephants, and then bringing them to Djoum is kind of a main hub for elephant trade, and then they're put on to sometimes military transports. We had an arrest 5 years ago with over 100 tusks on a military transport.
Djoum is the center of the ivory trade in West Africa. We met with a former poacher to learn more about how this illegal market works.
Ouais, pour le braconnage, je l'ai fait pendant presque 4 ans. Donc, c'est pas peut-être, je vais vous dire que c'est 10 ou 20. C'était plus de 100 poussées d'éléphants. C'est comme des centaines de têtes qui sont tombées au sol. Ouais.
This is Martin, a former poacher. He quit working for the poaching syndicates after the expeditions started getting more dangerous.
À chaque fois qu'on entrait, on n'était jamais allé et rentré sans tuer. Chaque fois on tuait. Mais c'est bien après quand il y a eu des morts d'hommes déjà en forêt. À chaque fois qu'on allait, on écoutait toujours qu'il y a d'autres qui ont perdu une personne là-bas, d'autres ont perdu. Mais dans mon groupe, je n'ai jamais perdu quelqu'un. C'est là où moi j'ai lâché que mon cœur ne part plus.
In addition to ivory busts over the past 5 years, many elephant carcasses have been found by rangers on patrol.
Ça, c'est une tête d'éléphant qu'on a eu, une de ses mâchoires, c'est ça, en pose.
sa mâchoire. C'est vrai, ça a été l'épicentre il y a beaucoup d'années. La menace est partout, c'est pas seulement Djoum, mais c'est vrai que Djoum ici au niveau de la réserve du Dja, c'est là aussi des grands pôles de braconnage et des grands mammifères.
The last elephants in Cameroon are in Deja, and that's the last 800 to 1,000 in Cameroon. In Gabon is the last 80. DRC, very few. Republic of Congo, none. Angola, none. Those have all been killed. The last elephants, they live in the deep forest like this, so it's really hard to see them. They've been decimated in the last 20 years to under 80,000 in Gabon. So think of all the pressure now to get those tusks. Everyone's going into Gabon to get the last elephants.
The green part of this map is Minkembe National Park in the country of Gabon. It borders Cameroon and the Republic of Congo.
There's some existing trail that we know that poachers are using around this place. But there's probably many others that we don't know. But for sure, there is trails here that people leave from Djoum and walk down to get to Minkebe.
Il y a des expéditions régulières du sud Cameroun vers le nord du Gabon. Donc ils entrent au nord du parc et là ils s'organisent pour environ 1 mois ou 2 avec des pygmées baka, peuple autochtone. Ils rentrent en forêt, pistent les éléphants et tuent ceux qui ont les meilleures pointes.
And the tusks are shipped overseas to the Chinese market.
If we were going to find any wild forest elephants, there was no doubt we had to go to Gabon. We left at daybreak on our way to Luango National Park, home to many of Gabon's wild forest elephants. Luango sits on Gabon's southern coast. It's far from any international borders, making it an impractical target for poachers from Cameroon or Congo.
En fait, quand on rentre dans cette rivière-là, il y a des ancêtres qui sont ici, il y a des génies. Une fois qu'on est ici, il faut laver la figure pour dire aux génies que je viens ici pour voir les animaux.
This is Ulrich Bachoy. He works as a conservator for Luango National Park in Gabon.
Le nombre, on ne peut pas donner le nombre exact d'éléphants, mais il y a beaucoup d'éléphants. Parce que tous les 100 mètres, on voit des traces d'éléphants, des pattes et autres. Donc.
First here you can see the elephant down. Elephant clearly.
Donc il y a beaucoup. Je peux dire quand même plus de 500 éléphants.
Gabon is a small country, small population. They don't have poaching syndicates in Gabon itself as much, and so there's more chance of seeing it.
Elephant. All right, our first elephant of the trip.
Et ces éléphants qui ont été chassés dans les pays environnants ont migré vers le Gabon. Et donc où ils ont trouvé une certaine stabilité.
Wow. This is amazing. I've worked in the jar for over 18 years, but I've seen elephant 3 times only. But today, just after the first few 1 hour, I've seen more elephant than I've ever seen over the last 18 years. That's what I'm saying. I'll keep on saying that. So it's amazing for me. This is exactly what, as a conservation scientist, you would like to see happening in Central Africa.
But despite their relative safety, poaching remains a major threat to the last forest elephants of Gabon, as was demonstrated to us at a hidden site in Libreville.
Oh my God.
Gabon's capital city. An unmarked container filled from floor to ceiling with seized tusks.
Nous avons estimé à 8 tonnes
8 tonnes de pointe d'ivoire ici en stock. Et le stock de pointe que nous avons ici provient essentiellement, uniquement du Gabon.
The container is a gruesome reminder of the devastation poaching has already done to the wild forest elephant population.
La 242e pointe de 2020, elle provient de la 4e province du Gabon. 7 kilos, le poids, la masse. Ouais.
Et ce n'est pas simple, c'est des groupes organisés avec des moyens conséquents. Ce n'est pas le simple chasseur qui vient pour tuer un éléphant, non. C'est des gens qui viennent parce qu'il y a une demande avec des trafiquants, avec des organisations criminelles qui viennent tuer les éléphants, spécialement pour le crime.
And we've lost, again, 200,000 out of 300,000 in 20 years. And I just can't believe we've let this happen, you know, in this day and age. You're losing a species.
In 2024, Cameroon passed a new wildlife law, which greatly strengthens the protection of endangered species and increases the penalties for wildlife crime. This new law also supports the establishment of cross-border management of these protected areas with neighboring countries, critical legal foundations for global conservation's work in global park defense and community protection.